I'm Caden Love,
And I'm Seema Love, his wife.
and we are Love and Lore, taking dark fantasy, light fantasy, and everything in between, including science fiction.
I don't know about you, but my personal favorite science fiction show is Severance, and it's so popular right now with the second season. So many theories floating around, and a lot of you might want more of Severance, and we only have 2 seasons. So here are the books that give you the same feeling as Severance.
Yeah, so when we were thinking about this list, we had to incorporate a lot of things. A lot of things that I really like about Severance is having some possibly nefarious corporation that is doing some work that is mysterious and important that we don't quite understand. Maybe it deals with memory. And so I incorporated these into some of my recommendations. And first of all, I used to recommend to people Dark Matter, which I think is still a great one, but there's also an Apple TV series on this. But more importantly, by the same author, we have Recursion, and that is Recursion by Blake Crouch. This is such a thrilling book. I finished in 2 days, today actually, and it deals with memory and how we understand time as humans. So I think this book honestly is so much better going into it blind and not delivering any spoilers, but I'll give you the setting. It starts off with a detective named Barry who is investigating something that is known as false memory syndrome. Many people over the world are starting to have complete memories of other lives that they feel like they've experienced put into their minds, and they don't know where this is coming from, and this is causing a lot of catastrophes. And then we have another character named Helena who is also trying to find a way to help treat Alzheimer's after her mother is facing this condition. The way that this book deals with memories is so well done, and I like Blake Crouch because he tells the stories pretty clearly and directly, so it's not too much to overwhelm you, but the thoughts that you will have while going through this are really going to wrap your mind, and it is such a fun ride, and the audiobook's only 10 hours, nice and quick, and it will definitely give you some Severance vibes.
The book I would like to recommend to you is called Piranesi, and even though it's not necessarily science fiction, it definitely gives you the same vibe as Severance. In this book, the main character wakes up in this labyrinth world. He it's not an office space, it's still like a liminal space that is kind of inspired by Greek mythology. And in this world, he doesn't remember anything from before, and you and the character have to find out why is he there, what is going on, who are all these other people that he finds the remains of, and who is this one person that he sometimes interacts with that you start to realize that he might have some nefarious purposes.
Yeah, this book is so much fun. I am yet to meet a person that I've recommended to that didn't like it. And we are also getting an adaptation from Leica Studios sometime in the near future. If you want to hear a little bit more about that, you can go and look at one of our videos where we talk about upcoming book adaptations. Number 3, I need to talk about Haruki Murakami's Hard-Boiled Wonderland and the End of the World. This one feels the most like Severance to me, and this book is not going to appeal to everyone. Murakami is very weird, bizarre, but if you like Severance, there's a good chance that you will kind of like the style in here. This one is told from 2 different points. One being a person who goes and does something that is akin to data encrypting, kind of like macro data refinement. We don't know too much about it. We just know that he does this mental process where he scrambles data to encrypt it, and there are other people out there that are trying to combat this. A lot of weird things, kind of like macro data refinement and Lumon. And the other point we have is a world where a character reads memories and dreams by touching skulls. There are so many interesting parallels here where you try to figure out what's going on as you progress through the story. And like I said, you have the dual perspective, kind of like Innie and Outies in Severance. But the fact that you have this data scrambling just remind me so much of macro data refinement that I think that if you are looking for something that will make you feel a lot like Severance, go ahead and check out Hard-Boiled Wonderland and the End of the World. An honorable mention, too, is a manga. If you haven't read manga and you want good storytelling, I highly, highly recommend doing it. A lot of people are really hesitant because they're like, oh, I don't like picture books, I don't like graphic novels, or I think manga's weird. No, get over that and check out Naruki Urasawa's 20th Century Boys. This is so, so good. And if you think that Lumon is kind of cultish, you are going to love that aspect of 20th Century Boys. This begins with a group of kids that, when they are younger, have this little secret base, and they create this book of prophecy where they figure out how the world would end and how they would save it. We go to the present where they are adults, and we find out that someone in their group is calling themselves Friend and is leading this big cultish following, but while they are doing that, there are certain events happening, those end of the world prophecies, so that this Friend can become triumphant. Super interesting, interweaving timelines, lots of secrets revealed and conspiracies, and that's one of my favorite parts about Severance. I love the interweaving conspiracies, so if you want that, check out 20th Century Boys. It is not the longest series as far as manga goes, and is definitely up your alley if you loved Severance.
Let us know if you have any other Severance-esque book recommendations, and thank you for watching!